Hello, fellow leggers. It's pantomime season, and very shortly.
Oh, no, it isn't.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I just couldn't help
It's
myself.
behind you.
What Panto season? No, it's still ahead.
Still ahead. And we're going to be joined by the little leggers, not so little leggers, because
Yes.
we're going to the Grand Theatre Wolverhampton.
And we are seeing a Imagine Theatre and Grand Theatre co-production of the classic fairy tale pantomime favourite, Cinderella.
So stick around, fellow leggers, to hear all of our thoughts.
Find out how many stars.
Whether it's break a leg
Or leg it. So yes, it's a family show, pantomime, and the little leggers are going to be joining us soon.
Pantomime again.
We're heading to pick them up. Pantomime again? Were you not expecting it this Christmas?
It's almost like it comes around every single year.
Oh, what is
Isn't
that?
It's just really common.
You know, I say I don't need to see another Hamlet.
Do we need to see?
we need to see another panto?
We need pantomime, fellow leggers.
And is that-
It's Christmas tradition. It's for the kids.
It's for the kids. Specifically, are you saying that we need to see pantomime because this one's at the Grand Theatre where I saw my first ever panto. I don't know if you've heard this story. It was Mother Goose and it was like 1993 and that's where I fell in love with theatre. So the fact we've been invited back to the Wolverhampton Grand
So this is
yet
homage.
again, it is a special place in my heart, absolutely.
So what delights are in store for us this year?
Well, the fact that we're actually going to be in a theatre seeing a pantomime first and foremost, because last year...
It might get pulled away. I'm not even
Don't
sure about
say-
last year.
What are you doing?
Well, there's nothing certain
Why have
but
you
change.
said it?
Well, because let's be honest.
You can't say COVID.
It's on now. I didn't say that. I
Oh,
just
it's
said
like
you've got to
Macbeth.
go and do it. You've got to get your tickets now and enjoy it now.
Whilst you
because
can.
who knows what's going to happen.
Well, they all went online last year, didn't they? So there was sort of a pantomime offering in many, many places, but it's just not the same. Panto is about that atmosphere. It's about the back and forth, the interaction.
It's about the getting wet, and it's about the shouting and the coming back at you.
Yeah.
And
And you
little, you know.
It didn't feel the same at home.
No.
It doesn't. So we're glad to be back first and foremost. What do we need to know? Well, if you don't know the story of Cinderella, where have you been?
Come on.
Girl with apparently a very specific shoe size, is a slave, gets a fairy godmother, goes to a ball.
Got to be
happily
back
ever
by
after.
12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Why?
Haven't we all?
Don't know.
I mean...
It's never spelled it. What's the fairy godmother's... What happens at 12 o'clock?
I know, she's not very good,
What's
is
the
she?
deal there?
She can't make it last.
Like, surely there's something in that as well.
Also, I mean, let's not... I don't want to say this, but all the magic... spoiler alert, if you don't know Cinderella, I mean, I pity you. But all the magic disappears at midnight, except the shoes.
What's up with that?
What's up with that?
What's the deal?
They haven't
What are you
thought this
thinking?
through, have they? Anyway, right.
Loopholes, see there and everywhere.
Absolutely.
Who's in this one?
Who's in it? That's the big thing, because pantos typically get stars, don't they, at Christmas? You'll tend to find there'll be a big star and maybe some
Celebrities.
regional names as well. We have got in the sort of lead duo casting, really, of Prince Charming and he's like... What is he? He's like
Dandini, his kind of sidekick, his kind of...
I want to say servant.
It's kind of a
is a
servant
bit,
role,
though, isn't it?
But it's kind of like higher up.
Yeah. So, and it's the Pritchard brothers, AJ Pritchard in the role of Prince Charming and Curtis Pritchard in the role of Dandini.
Oh, from Strictly...
We know
Dancing,
AJ,
Strictly Dancing.
previous professional dancer on Strictly, and Curtis, his brother, although they don't look very similar, I must say. What's the milkman look like? Love Island. Curtis was on Love Island.
Okay, I don't know
that's where
Curtis,
you'll
but I
them
know
from.
AJ.
You do know
Okay.
AJ. Also, we would typically have Denise Pearson in the role of Fairy Godmother, but we understand that they've swung somebody in off the street for this.
How come?
But what a great name. They've got Amy Fisher.
Oh, as an
she's-
understudy. Okay.
she's taking on that role at certain performances. Amy is, she's done a waitress tour recently, understudy Jenna and Dawn, loads of West End credits, and she's from Wolverhampton originally. So what a joy it must be for her. Also back in Panto at the Grand again, Ian Adams.
Okay.
Ian plays the Dane. Always plays the Dame.
Standard.
Dame Penny Pockets this time round, not Otter's Pocket. That's something different. That's a panto joke. We've got the massively talented Julie Stark in the role of Baroness Hardup. She's done We Will Rock You and Bat Out of Hell previously.
Fantastic.
In the role of Buttons is Tam Ryan. Many years panto experience, and that's the role you want in a panto.
Buttons.
You want buttons.
All the kids love buttons.
And you'll get to have that loads of interaction. You get to feed off the audience. We've also, in the role of Cinderella, got Evie Pickerill, who is a previous amateur theatre star from Wolverhampton.
Oh, wow.
Who performed on the Grand Theatre stage with the West Bromwich Operatic Society for a very long time, but is now back in a professional capacity and appearing as the title character.
Exciting.
It's a co-pro, like I said, between the Grand and Imagine, written by and directed by Will Brenton, choreography by Raki Plews. Raki choreographed, I want to say American Idiot, and if that's wrong, either cut it out or let me know down below that that's wrong. But Raki has also did Summer Holiday, I'm sure. I might be making this up. I don't think I am. You can check that out. And all about the costume, set and lighting, really, isn't it? Panto, so we've got...
That's what the little leggers like as well.
They want
They've always liked the costume and the lighting. And and that's why you go to Panto.
Yeah, so Ben Harrison on sound, Jamie Corbridge on lighting, and we've also got video by Nina Dunn.
Okay.
Looking forward to... I mean, I love a Panto. Audience etiquette is going to be absolutely shocking.
Forget about audience etiquette. There's going to be kids kicking the back of your chairs. There's going to be sweets passed between you. There's going to be lightsabers and glowing sticks right in your vision. But it's okay.
And do you know what I say? If you can't beat them, join them. That's right. Panto is the place to let your hair down. So shut up, keep things to yourself at anywhere else. But at Panto, just go with the flow.
So stick around to the interval where we give our 30-second interval breakdown and you'll see the little leggers first time.
And then stick around to the end where we'll be telling you how many stars, giving you a bit of a roundup of what we think about this production.
Fellow leggers, we've come to the interval, which means it's time for the breaker leggers.
And the little leggers.
30-second interval breakdown. Go!
What do you think so far?
I really like the Wicked Stepmother's costume. I think it's really good, and I also really like Dandini's costume too.
How about you, big legger? Another little legger.
I really like Buttons, and he was really funny.
Great. Other big legger?
There's some really funny elements. When it's funny, it's working. The set isn't working for me. I'm wanting more than animation. How about you, big legger?
I'm finding the animation an interesting concept. It's not something I've seen before used to this degree in a panto, so it's nice to see technology coming into play.
Fellow leggers, we come to the end of Cinderella.
Which side does this look the best on me on?
Do you want your hats on? Hey.
Yeah, get your hat on.
Get your hat
Where's
on.
your hat?
Oh my goodness, are we going in again?
We're going again. No, well, we can leave it in.
We're leaving it in.
This is life, isn't it?
This is life and this is
you
life.
forget your big gay hat.
There we go.
There you go.
Big gay hat is on.
Yes.
So I think we should probably go for the little leggers.
Yes.
Not the little, not so little leggers.
It's a family show, and it's about
doesn't
you
really
bring
matter
your
what I
family to Panto and live vicariously through them. So, little leggers.
Slightly larger little leggers. Who wants to go first?
I want to talk about the Wicked Stepmother's costume again.
You like the Wicked Mother's
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Okay.
I couldn't take my eyes off it. Everything needs a shape. Everything needs a shape. If it doesn't have a shape, it isn't worth existing. But
now that's philosophical.
It's philosophical.
That's something to take for life.
What we need to
if
talk
it doesn't
about
have a shape, isn't worth existing.
Isn't worth existing.
I'm taking that to the bank.
Let's think about then.
Yeah.
You know, we've done the costume, but what about Julie Stark's performance as Barra's Hardup whilst wearing that costume?
What did you think?
What did you think of her?
I thought it was very good. I thought her performance was very good. Yeah.
What did you
think
like about her specifically?
We still I wanted to get back to the costume. I'm sorry. Back to the costume.
Back to the costume.
So, everything needs a shape, and it had an amazing shape. It had things on the shoulders, but then other things, and then it had little dangly things and a big over thing that didn't have anything. I'm sorry, I'm talking gibberish. I'm talking gibberish.
It had a hoop without a dress over the top of it.
Without a dress over it, and it worked amazingly.
A skeleton frame, didn't it?
And then it had like a mermaid type skirt on it, and that looked amazing.
There was a lot going on.
Can we just talk about Julie Stark for a moment, who went to Mountview, made her professional debut in We Will Rock You in the West End, and was also in the Dominion Theatre production of Bat Out of Hell.
Okay.
She's got some really, and they are singers musical.
And she's a fantastic
And she's a
vocalist.
fantastic vocalist.
I thought she'd be really good to go into Cinderella if it's still running.
Yeah.
As the
Not
in
this
that
Cinderella.
role.
It is. She's in it now.
As in the Lloyd Webber Cinderella. I
Let's
thought- I
not
think
plug
she'd
the
do
other
really
show
well.
too much, but yes.
But I
she
think that would be
make-
good casting because she's got the vocal for it. I
Yeah.
think she had a really good. When she started singing, I was like, okay, yes, she's got it.
Seeing as we're straight on to cast, I know that you had a favourite cast member, Little Leggerling.
Who was yours,
Yes.
Little Legger Spencer?
Victoria Spencer.
Button.
Played by...
Tam Ryan.
Who's the love child of Keith Lemon and Russell Howard?
He's just
Yeah.
That's how I thought of him. He's the love child of Keith.
What did you
Lemon and
like
Russell Howard.
about him, Little Legger
He
Spencer?
was just really funny and was really like including the audience in the show. So it was really funny.
Yes, lots of improvisation, lots of engagement with the audience, lots of making fun of the kind of dad jokes, I think we said.
Yeah,
and
dad
that's an art in itself, because you expect
Making
them.
bad jokes.
This is his 19th professional panto. He's a seasoned expert.
that.
He's performed for 5 years in Manchester alongside Warwick David Hasselhoff, Priscilla Presley. This guy knows how to work a panto
You want him in
audience.
your
You want him
pantomime.
in your company.
You want to see him at
And he
Christmas.
was fantastic. All the sly little looks, all the cheeky little smiles. He was just so lovable. And, the crux of this story is a tragedy. The Tragedy of Buttons. They should rename
So
this
Buttons.
musical The Tragedy of Buttons.
The Tragedy of
Do you know
Buttons.
what?
No justice
He gets no justice, but I'll marry him. I'm just saying. I'm available. Am I available?
Any other characters that stood out to people?
Ian Adams is always great value
He's-
in the Dame Penny Pockets in the Dame role, who also, if I'm not wrong, typically has a hand in the writing of these pantos as well. He is, where is it? Didn't bother this time though. Why
this
bother?
year.
Not this
He's just
year.
a star. Can we talk about the leads then?
Let's talk about AJ
Well,
and Curtis
let's talk about the
Pritchard.
names.
The brothers
The brothers.
from the same mothers.
The brothers from the same mothers, AJ and Curtis. I really like Curtis. I thought he was really grounded.
Yes.
I enjoyed what he was doing. He's quite a cheeky chappy.
So-
I don't really know him.
Something that I'm quite confused about is I thought that Curtis was better at dancing than AJ, but AJ's been on Strictly Come Dancing. So
Oh, that's controversial.
Curtis has
Controversial.
been on Dancing with the Stars.
Okay, well, there is, and I think that I almost wanted more from AJ
There
actually,
Ireland.
because
We don't talk about that.
we don't. I think we had Debbie McGee here a little while ago, and I think that she did more dancing in this
Than the dancers.
than AJ did this. I almost wanted more from AJ. Do you know what I mean? Because we know him from Strictly. I know he's been in Hollyoaks this year, and he can carry a scene. But I wanted more dancing. Dancing is where we know him from.
Can we talk about the fact that we didn't have Denise Pearson tonight?
Yes.
And, as the Fairy Godmother.
not.
Stepping in right at the last minute is the amazing Amy Fisher. Amy has recently been touring with Waitress, understudy Jenna and understudy Dawn. She's from Wolverhampton originally. And how nice is it to have her back on the Wolverhampton stage after all these years? Imagine cutting her teeth with like the likes of probably West Bromwich Operatic Society. Most of them were, including Evie Pickerill, who played Cinderella, who's a former
wow.
amateur from West Bromwich Operatic Society.
that's nice
and
to
has
come back.
performed here as an amateur and is now in a professional role.
Oh, that's
and she was amazing. Her connection again with the audience and the fact that she personified Panto to me because she was catering to the families, waving at the little kids, making it magical for them, and I loved that about her inclusion.
And that's what's nice as well. I did like the ugly sisters as well. They weren't so ugly. They
No.
were pretty
One.
stunning,
Yeah.
and they're
Sexy
pretty talented.
sisters.
They were sexy sisters, which
They
I
were
kind
really
of.
good.
They were really good. They really nice vocal. Came on singing. Is it sisters? They're doing it.
Yeah.
All these beautiful, rich, belty high notes and harmonies. I thought they were absolutely nailed it. Whole company of dancers as well was
Yeah.
really nice as well with the ensemble.
Could have done with more diversity in the ensemble, I must say. They were very, very similar to one another, let's just say. But choreography by Raki Plews, not too much of it. Probably not enough in some instances because AJ's a dancer. Let's see him more, is what I would say. And let's talk about the fact that we didn't have a traditional set in this. The
Yes.
walk down was missing. There's no flying. I was expecting maybe Fairy Godmother to come in on flights.
It was
but
a
we didn't get any of
static
that.
set with 5 screens. But what they did with the screens was they managed to have animations and teleport us. So I think it was a bit of a visual feast. I'm a bit in two
that was
minds.
cool.
What did you think of it? What did you think of the set?
digital.
I liked it.
Okay,
I
liked
thought
it?
was cool.
Yeah.
I thought it was very good. Messed
There
up
we
at
go.
I think a couple of points. I think too.
So, like with any technology,
what do we know?
right?
Technology.
Technology sometimes
Technology
goes
is
wrong.
fickle,
I say,
breaks
is
down.
this more what the kids now expect? This digital projection where everything's on your phone and screen visual?
I
Are
think
we
it
just
is. It's
old
modern. I
because
think
we
we're
want
old.
physical sex?
This is what I'm
the
saying.
The future is digital. I mean, we're all going to be we're all going to be in the
Virtual
Meta.
world.
We're in the
I-
virtual
virtual
world.
world.
I
soon,
also
right?
quite liked it because it made it look
That's
a bit
Facebook
more
now, isn't it?
cartoony.
It was more
then, like, that
animated,
helps.
wasn't
Very
it?
animated,
Which makes it very much geared towards a family, children-orientated piece, which is why I think we need to give this to the little eggers.
Yeah.
So, little, not so little eggers, how many stars are you going to give Cinderella, which is currently playing here at the Wolverhampton Grand? You are going to give...
4 stars for Cinderella. A fresh new take on the story in terms of how it's being told in a digital medium. It's taking us away from traditional panto, but maybe we need a change. Maybe things need to be shook up a bit. COVID has affected things. No kids on stage, for example. The song sheet, there's no interaction with young people, but still a worthwhile watch. 4 stars, but that's just what they think.
Just what I think.
Just what I think. What
Just
do
what I
you
think.
Hamlet isn't a family fun piece, it is.
Yes.
Take your family, the families
Let
were
us know
loving it.
down below what your thoughts are. We're the Breaker-Leggers and
And the little eggers.
And the little leggers.
Not so little.
Not
Little,
so
not so
little
little.
anymore. But we'll see you again soon. Bye.